Hi traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency with a new video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. So the euro dollar 4-hour chart, we did get a continuation to the upside. The 21 EMA zone, weekly pivot point, held price. Price also bounced off the previous tops that were broken around 117.25, as we were already indicating that that could be a key decision zone. We had a 100 pip rise yesterday to test the fourth whiz level at 118.20. But price bounced away from there again. So from my point of view, there could be a decent chance that this is an ABC correction. Here being A like this being a B, and down for C. So we're testing basically the same support zone, and it's the same decision zone that is key now at this point. So from this perspective, I think a bullish bounce is definitely at this moment more likely, and a path of least resistance indicates that I think that the continuation higher at this moment is favored. If it does break below the weekly pivot point or the 21 EMA, of course that changes things. If we get a bearish candle close below that support zone, then that would invalidate, or not totally invalidate, but that would change the dynamics and the patterns that we see. And something else might be going on. We have, of course, this bullish channel going on here on the 4-hour chart like this. There we go. So obviously a break below that is changing the perspectives, and in that case there could be, for instance, this ABC completed and price might start a new ABC like this to the downside. So that could indicate a decent push lower, in fact. So far price is in this channel and is staying above those key support zone of fractals and 117.30 levels. So anything that, any close that is above 117.20 remains bullish. The confirmation perhaps on a 4-hour chart would be an HMA 20 to the upside, or maybe even better, a break above 117.50 and a 21 EMA. On the hourly chart, let's take a look. It's about the same levels, I think, 117.50, 60. One thing could be good though is that to get another fractal basically on the 4-hour chart that is in the 21 EMA, that could be another good confirmation and potential trade, or use that as a trigger and then look for a bit of a flag on the 1-hour chart and a breakout. Those are some ideas. I wouldn't trade it right now. I would like to see price actually bouncing and breaking, making a pullback, a continuation, any of those two, rather than now I'm not a big reversal trader. Some reversal traders might like this spot because ultimately it is still with the trend. It is still above the third whiz level. Now, I think that for the target perspective, we are looking at probably 118.20 is a decent target, but this time around it could go and extend further to the fifth whiz level at 119.65, all right, or close to that 120 round level. And this is all part, once again, of this bigger ABC correction that's taking place on the daily, and that has all to do with after this 5-wave downside on the weekly, right? 5 waves down, 3 waves up. And I think that this correction might turn into a complex correction, by the way, but more on that later on. Let's take a look on, that's more for the longer future. For the pound dollar 4-hour chart, we see that price did indeed retest those fibs we talked about and bounced at those fibs. The 50 fib held and was a bearish resistance bouncing spot. So for the moment, it's a little bit of an indecision zone. For me, the euro dollar looks more clear for upside, but pound dollar, it looks more bearish, in fact, to me because of this strong momentum. But whether price will actually follow that, it's a little bit less known. I think it's a little bit more of a question mark at this moment. It could be a 5-wave. We did have a good 50 fib bounce. That said, if you look at the 1-hour chart, this is kind of like slow and corrective price action. So I think it's undecided at this moment. I think that we'll have to just wait for more info. What I'm looking for basically is for price to make a break. If we want upside, we need to see a break, pullback, and a bounce before I would trade it, because I think this breakout is likely or could be a false breakout. That's what I'm worried about, and it could just break a little bit above it and then just fall like this back into or below the 21 EMA zone and just be a big wick, exhaustion, and just fall right away back. So that's why I don't like the breakout at this moment, mainly because a lot of price action was below the 21 EMA, and I think that there could be a bigger kind of correction taking place. So I'm a little bit skeptical about that at this point, about the trend continuation, and I think that this 5-wave pattern is probably still more likely. That said, I don't think that this is a good spot for shorting either, because it is vulnerable to maybe some correction to the upside first. You know, there could be a bigger, for instance, bigger ABC correction like this. So I would wait and see. I would like to see price maybe break like this. Sorry. I would like to see it break above it, the moving averages, and then break below it again. That could indicate that the buyers are out of the market and price might make that lower low. Keeping an eye on the 4-hour chart, for instance, as well. An exhaustion wick might make sense too. If it does move to the upside, I would only trade it if we have a sustainable break, which means break, flag, continuation, or pullback, I should say, to the 21 EMA, and then a bounce at the 21 EMA for continuation. The target for downside 130, round level, minus 272 target, just below the long-term moving average. That could be a bouncing spot, again, for an ABC up, by the way, because after 5 waves down, we could expect ABC up. Shouldn't break, though, the ABC shouldn't break this top. Should go about halfway, 61.8. If we get, by any chance, we do get the upside, then looking maybe at this R2 or R3 are good targets, I would say. We could put back the Wiz tool, and we're looking for the 6th Wiz level in that case, perhaps. So let's do that right now. All right, there we go. 6th Wiz level around 135. So that could be a very spacious target, as you can see. If we get that break above the 21 EMA, that's a big if. Let's see if that happens in the next 2 days. For the moment, I'm careful with that break because of the false breakout potential there. But you know, if the 21 EMA holds, 135 would be the target. So 130 or 135 for now, the main targets. All right, more free analysis. Multiple per day you can check out at elitecurrency.com. Check out our blog as well with education and research. Wish you all great trading and talk to you soon. Cheers.